The recipe we're going to be making today is oven Swiss steak. So let's get started. The ingredients you're going to need are 1 large London broil steak, one that fits in a 9x13 dish, 2 tablespoons all-purpose flour, plus a half a cup of flour for coating the meat, a half a teaspoon of salt, 4 tablespoons vegetable oil, 2 14.5-ounce cans of stewed tomatoes, 1 cup carrots chopped, half cup of celery chopped, 2 tablespoons onion chopped, a half a teaspoon Worcestershire sauce, and 1 cup mild cheddar cheese shredded. Okay, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to cut your London broil in half. Once you have that done, you're going to take your half a cup of flour and a half teaspoon of salt, and you're going to mix it together in a shallow baking dish. Here I added some pepper to the flour mixture. Once that's done, you're going to take your meat and you're going to place it into the mixture and you're going to coat it on all sides. You're going to make sure you press the flour into the meat here. That way it does get a crispy coating when it goes to fry in the pan. Okay, once all your meat is coated, you're going to shake off any of the excess flour. Okay, for this step, you're going to need a skillet. On medium heat, you're going to add 4 tablespoons of vegetable oil to the pan. Then you're going to let that oil come to temperature. Once the oil is ready, you're going to put the first half of the London broil into the pan. You're going to brown it on each side. You're going to brown it for about 7 to 10 minutes until it gets crispy. Then, as you can see here, I'm going to check the meat to see if it's ready. And I flip it over. Then I'm going to wait another 7 to 10 minutes till the other side is done. Once the time is up, I'm going to take the London broil out of the pan and set it aside in a greased 9x13 Pyrex. And then I'm going to take the second half of the London broil and place that into the pan so I can fry that on both sides. Okay, here I'm doing the same thing. After 7 to 10 minutes, I'm going to flip that half over. That way I can get the other side nice and crispy. Then once that is also done, I'm going to remove that from the pan and set it aside. Okay, next we're going to get our ingredients ready. In a bowl, I already have the 2 cans of 14.5-ounce stewed tomatoes and the 2 tablespoons of flour. Here I'm prepping the carrots. I'm peeling them and I'm slicing them into coins. Then I'm going to add those to the bowl with the stewed tomatoes. Then next, I'm going to get my celery ready. I'm going to take 1 stalk of celery, which is about a half a cup, and I'm going to chop it. You want to make sure your pieces aren't too big here. After I'm done with that, I'm going to add that to the bowl. Next, I am going to take an onion and I'm going to chop 2 tablespoons of onion. Once that is done, you're going to add it to the bowl with the stewed tomatoes, the flour, Worcestershire sauce, and the rest of the vegetables. It's time to get the sauce ready now. You're going to take all your ingredients that you just added to the stewed tomatoes and you're going to add them to the pan with the leftover drippings from frying the steak. You're going to make sure you want to stir it to make sure that the flour is broken up. That way it doesn't get clumpy. You're going to bring it to a boil. And once the sauce reaches a boil, you're going to cook for 2 minutes and you're going to keep stirring it constantly. That way it doesn't burn. You want to keep a close eye on it because this process goes quick. Once the 2 minutes is up, you're going to take that sauce and you're going to pour it over the London broil. You want to make sure you cover the entire steak. Then, once you cover the entire steak, you're going to cover it with foil and then you're going to bake it at 350 for 1.5 hours. After the 1.5 hours has passed, it's time for the last step. You're going to remove the pan from the oven. Here I just pulled out the oven shelf and then I removed the aluminum foil. If you do this, you want to make sure you're very careful. That way you don't knock the shelf out of the oven or even burn yourself. I'm going to cover the steak with 1 cup of mild shredded cheddar cheese. Then I'm going to push the shelf back into the oven and I'm going to let it bake until the cheese has melted. Probably about 15 minutes. Once that is done, you're going to remove the pan from the oven and be very careful because it will be hot. You're going to want to let it cool for 15 minutes, then you're ready to serve. Hi everyone, thanks for watching my video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and don't forget to click subscribe down below before you leave. I hope you enjoy.